Hello and welcome to the Tunabudget Podcast, your source for insights into financial wellness. Today we're diving into the Candid Conversation Memos, an introduction. At Tunabudget.com, home of the Tunabudget Worksheet Plan and Candid Conversation Memos, we offer resources that simplify budget life planning. We encourage discussions about real-life challenges affecting our finances. Don't forget to submit your own Candid Conversation Memo at Tunabudget.com. Let's get started. Hello again. I'm Jerry Staker, the founder and creator of the Tunabudget Worksheet Plan and the Candid Conversation Memos podcasts. I hope something here really does work for you. However, some of you might ask right off the start, by what right do I have to even talk about these Candid Conversation Memos subjects, as they are none of your business, or who do you think you are, or who gave you the right to trespass, if you would, on my decisions or choices, that sort of thinking? I can see your point, but may I please explain? Can you give me a few minutes of your time to get to know me and what I'm all about? Perhaps it makes a difference. Let's see if it will. For over 64 years, I've lived with people in Hawaii to Rhode Island, literally. We are all different. I care about people, my neighbors and friends. I have a natural affection for everyone, regardless of who they are. Over the past 50 years, I've kept an eye out to offer service and assistance to people with needs at the time, regardless of who they are or their social status. If I can lend a hand, I do, and it works. If I see that a neighbor is out of town, is laid up with an injury or whatever, and his lawn needs to be cut, or his garbage needs to be taken out, or the snow on his driveway needs to be shoveled, or they need some groceries, I act, even without gaining permission. I just show up and do the job. My personal motto for 50 years has been to do good business, that sort of thing. I'm sure there are a lot of people who think this is like insane. One does not, trespass onto another's property or interfere in their lives, right? That's right, if there's a posted no trespassing sign. In society today, most people only care about themselves. Am I not wrong? Am I not right? But there's no doubt that there are plenty of other people that find it hard to see another person's needs and not want to help out and share. So I share these Candid Conversation Memos because that's what I have to give, and they come from my heart. I've spent countless hours preparing them. If I get kicked off the property, so to speak, or if the Candid Conversation Memos are not useful for some people, that's perfectly okay. I offer the memos only to genuinely help. Most of the time they work, almost always. The Candid Conversation Memos use candor, and they offer a different way to fix things that harm or otherwise will help our well-being, especially our finances. They pose very direct and candid questions, too, to stimulate some additional thinking on your end. I believe people love hearing heartfelt candor. Loving a neighbor is not a crime. It's like an invisible permission slip, if you will, that always allows you to enter into another person's heart, or even onto their property, so to speak, to help take out the garbage can to the curb, or return it to the house after the garbage is picked up. If these little acts of kindness and service that build relationships of mutual trust, it's these things that the trust and the love. Before you know it, these people may become close friends. It creates wonderful relationships, even where there may have been a void for many years. It works, even in family relationships too, right? Anyway, it's about caring, right? And you get the idea. If you or anyone else doesn't want what I have to offer, then I can't help. I try, but my hands are tied. What choice do I have? Maybe now isn't the best right or the best time. I'm okay with that. But the right intentions were put into the Candid Conversation Memos, just like a neighbor trying to help his neighbor with real intent, and only if there's a need to help fill it. Some people don't want any help and think that it's insane to care for another person or try to help. This is surprising to me because the world is becoming increasingly challenging to live in without we the people, if you would, stepping up and helping each other. Candid Conversation Memos do that. This short ad is sponsored by the Debt Crisis Problem Podcast. Attention listeners. Please join us at Tunabudget.com to tune into the Debt Crisis Problem podcast, where in plain English, we discuss the 20 risks that could soon fuel a serious economic downturn. We explore these critical risks and offer practical insights for navigating financial uncertainty. Join us for thought-provoking discussions that encourage transparency and more awareness. Subscribe now to stay informed and be ready for whatever comes next. So I want to add a little more color to the Tuna Budget Candid Conversation memos themselves, okay? It's powerful and it changes lives. I've seen it happen many times in people's lives over the years. It has worked for me since the early 1980s, and it will work for you too as times get stressed. Tuna Budget is the personal solution to any person's or family's debt crisis. The memos are an extension of the Tuna Budget Worksheet Plan in this sense. I want to share what I've personally learned with any neighbor out there who might allow me to be of a little assistance. If any of the memos help, then great. If they're not for you, I sincerely apologize since, just please move on. I'm sure there are many people who could use some candor in their lives, all right, to shake things up a bit and get them moving forward in life. Welcome to Tuna Budget's Candid Conversation memos. Soon, Tunabudget.com will be using your Candid Conversation memo topics and your top 10 Candid Conversation memos, not mine. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Tuna Budget, the Candid Conversation memos are not about me. It is, and especially will be, your topics and success stories, candid advice, and not mine. As I post new podcasts, my original ones will fall off, okay? It'll all be about you and what you think, what you want. Tuna Budget, therefore, is not a show or some kind of program, and the website will become a repository of your favorite financial wellness topics and your own Candid Conversation memos. And all mine will be phased out as soon as possible, like I said. I want others to learn how to serve their neighbors, too, with their own Candid Conversation memos, not mine. Tuna Budget is about helping each other with everyone's lawn, snow, garbage, and groceries, right? If that offends you, this is not for you then. I'm sure you have what you need and you'll be fine and all on your own and that there will be no needs, etc. This is for people who are willing to ask for help, do some push-ups on their own, are ready for a change. They're expected to share and contribute too. Until then, I just hope the lawn and the snow and the garbage don't pile up too high for those who are cranky and won't let anyone help them. But I'll keep trying if you'll let me. We can do this together, my friend. So what this is and what this is not. As a reminder, I'm doing this because I genuinely care about people, you. But I'm not here to entertain anyone. This will never be about me. The Tuna Budget Worksheet Plan works, if you'll let it, assuming you need it in the first place. Tuna Budget's Candid Conversation memos are not a show or any kind of program. If you need to be entertained, please go find a program where the creator's name is boldly highlighted in the title of their show or program. That only means one thing. Their program is a show, entertainment, and basically self-centered on steroids, right? I'm definitely not anything like that. This is raw, this is personal, and it's in it, and for you, it's 100% private and powerful, as you'll see. You can easily learn about the Tuna Budget Worksheet Plan yourself and benefit from the Candid Conversation memos that may be of interest to you. The only way they work is if they are prepared from your heart, though, when you prepare them, with the intention of telling you like it is, too. If they're not for you, they're not for you. But sometimes such conversations are timely and useful in people's lives. I hope that's the case wherever there's a need that could use a little shaking up, maybe a swift kick in the butt, figuratively speaking. The near-term future is going to be unsettling. There will be a need for candid conversations from people who genuinely care about other people. It's my intention to phase out my own candid conversation memos, these initial ones that I'm using to launch these podcasts, and replace them with your contributed candid conversation memos on these same topics, or you can choose another topic. It's all there on the website. You can see it at tunabudget.com. It's the place you can go for more effective answers and solutions from your peers, in other words. Tunabudget.com will be able to ensure the highest quality, the good stuff, that it's offered for free, always for free, from people who also genuinely care about you. Again, I'm launching this and need to create the first phase of such candid conversation memos. But once steam picks up, or once the pace picks up, there will be a shift away from my memos to memos contributed by you, my Tuna Budget friends. I will find the best solutions out there and make them available for everyone for free. There will be dozens of current topics and let's say a constant batch of, say, the top 10 candid conversation memos for each of those topics. So there will be hundreds, and they'll continually be changed and updated. And they'll be written by other individuals just like you who also care about people like you. That's it. Simple, straightforward, and delicious. You'll quickly see and know that none of this is about me. I will never allow that to happen. And my friend, this is the reason why this will work for you. I would not be surprised to see Tuna Budget would be widely known as another good place to learn and to do and to become. This is about you. It's all about you. Okay? You're not going to see any personal pronouns in any of these memos. By the way, I'm not going to ask anyone to subscribe either, other than I'll encourage you to subscribe so you can get notices of future podcasts. If this is something of interest to you, fine. We'll want to have more. You'll want to have more, right? If not, you won't. And I used the word friendship just a minute ago. The more I pondered this whole thing, I realized that Tuna Budget is really for my friends. The candid conversation memos are like personal letters to a friend. I use candor because I value such friendships. If you'd please be so kind to accept these candid conversation memos, let's do it based on there being a mutual friendship. All my intentions are good. They're here to lift and support. If you'll do that with me, you're my friend. If you want to tear it down, you're not my friend, okay? So if Tuna Budget doesn't work for some of you, I understand. Keep in mind that in the future, the candid conversation memos will be prepared mostly by my friends, the Tuna Budget friends, each other's friends. And to my friends, as you write them, in other words, you make your contributions to tunabudget.com, let's please keep the word friendship in mind too, okay? And have that serve as the basis for our candid conversation memo connections. Tuna Budget is a place where friends can meet and contribute, addressing or making more candid conversation topics. The purpose is to help each other grow by using candor on topics that impact an individual's or a family's financial wellness. I sure appreciate you and welcome you to the platform. Thank you for joining us. Today we explored candid conversation memos and introduction, highlighting the importance of open conversations in financial wellness, things that impact our financial wellness. We want to hear from you at tunabudget.com. Please submit your own candid conversation memo and share your insights. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe for future podcasts. Until next time, visit tunabudget.com for your free Tuna Budget Worksheet Plan, the most powerful budget worksheet plan in the world. Yours. Thanks again.